Hey everybody, this is Anini, and this is episode 2 of the Dragalia podcast. We're already changing things up a lot today. I'm going to have a little talk with my buddy Sky Berry. We've known each other for a while, and I thought, who better to join me and talk about some good news. So, Sky, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sup, I'm Sky.
So Sky, he's in my alliance, our server on Discord, and we got to know each other through Dragalia Lost, and so that's what I was talking about in the last episode. Is there's a lot of times where I've made some good friends through this game, so that's why it's so important to me and to all of us. So. If I sound a little weird, it's because we're trying something different, but we're gonna go with it. So last episode, I basically went over the bad news, the soul crushing news, and I think you could probably hear it in my voice. I was very depressed at the time, but we got some pretty cool stuff since then. So.
Yeah, I was depressed about it at first, but after seeing how it's going to go out, I'm kind of happy about it.
Yeah, definitely. This is a good ending. I was really worried that it was gonna feel rushed and it was just gonna be cut off, and it would feel like, man, like we never got the story that we deserved. But I think even if things aren't perfect,
Pretty
what
close to
they've
it.
shown us, yeah, what they've shown us, definitely, it's like most of the people that I talked to, this is kind of like the story ending they were hoping for. So they really did a good job. So.
It's still really sad, though.
Oh, absolutely. Even though I'm laughing and smiling, like I'm still devastated. It's weird, but
I am just
you know.
hoping that we get an offline game version after EOS.
That's definitely what that's definitely what I would like. Um, Hopefully it can be that way. I mean, they didn't give us a concrete date when they're going to shut everything down. So,
They
you
didn't.
know,
It was pretty vague. All they really said is that the story's going to end in July, and then it's going to be over.
yep. So, I mean, it's very possible it could go on for a long time, or it might not. We don't know, but we're going to hope for the best, and we're going to ask the side games and Nintendo to do what they can to give us some more time with this experience.
I've tried to get multiple people to suggest an offline game version after EOS to the feedback section.
Yep, yep, and I've asked them. So I mean, that's all we can do really is ask them. And I think one thing that kind of points to maybe they're not going to shut it down that soon is you can still spend money. So most gacha games, when they're really going to shut down, like for good, they don't let you spend any more money because they don't want the hassle of people asking for returns on the money and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
uh, that is a little encouraging. I mean, that could be nothing. I guess we'll see in July, but that encourages me a little bit.
I'm
So
I'm probably gonna buy some of those anniversary packs just for the fun of it.
I bought one of the cheap ones just because we can get into the news that dropped, and I guess we can talk about why I bought it. So
Well,
um,
me being
I,
optimistic as I am right now about hopefully getting an offline game version, I might buy the quad pack for the Sunlight Stones because I'm kind of wanting to max unbind Primal Benhilda.
yeah, she looks pretty good. I will say, my buddy Rain, we were playing co-op right before this, and we were testing it out, and it is kind of a bummer that in co-op, you don't get the dragon prep for the whole team. I kind of forgot that because it had been a while since I'd used the dragon prep dragon in co-op. But I mean, to be fair, I play solo way more than co-op, so I would love to have Primal Brunhilde myself. I haven't got her yet, so.
Well, I got her. Well, on the free tenfold, I got Nedvik right away, and then after that, I used the 1500 Wormite that we got from the anniversary bonus, and then that summon I got Primal Brunhilde.
Nice.
So I finished the complete banner in just 2 summons.
Well, I mean, that's good. I mean, you really deserved it because you definitely have had some rough banners this year. So,
Yeah.
yep. I just got Eldwater, so I'm gonna keep doing the free pulls, and then on the last day, I'll see if I'm gonna spend more.
And then we got Bond-Forged Yuden and Zephyr coming.
Yeah, so that's the big news because it ties into the event and the story chapters coming up. So, I guess what I got is I got the trailer on my other phone, and I got it.
Hello?
Chapters trailer. Yeah, you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. It just cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
Probably just a bad connection on my part. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
But I was just saying that I'm gonna play the story preview trailer for chapters 25 and 26 that they dropped on YouTube on mute, like in the background, so I can just kind of remind myself everything that happened. And basically, the preview that they showed was a lot of stuff. I mean, it opens up with Yuden facing Xenos, and then Mordecai comes in, swoops in, saves the day somehow, and then they show the Auspexes and the Great Worms kind of like teaming up, facing off, which is kind of like the story that they got going for the Primal Dragons right now.
Yeah.
And then they show a little teaser of what Sky was talking about, the Bond Forged twins. So this is cool. It's kind of like when Dragalia Lost first started. Really, the 2 characters you saw were Zethia and Yuden, right? On like the prologue chapter.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna like end it off with giving like the ultimate versions of those 2 characters. So it feels very cool.
Yuden just looks like a lighter tuned version of Alberius.
He really does. He's like the spitting image. Yep. And then, like, at the very end of the story preview chapter, it shows him, like, in more detail. He's got that big halo on his back. You know, it looks very epic. Yep. I know that's an overused word, but...
Also, I think that Xena's going to kill Yuden from her world just by looking at the trailer.
Yeah, that was part of that too. It's hard to say. Some people are saying that she's going to ask him for his help, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think the evil Emperor Yuden would really want to help us.
Well, I mean, I got the assumption that she was going to kill him, but that's just me.
Yeah, I could definitely see it. I think they're going to bring closure to that plot thread in some way or another.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And it might be, I mean, it makes sense to me that no matter what happens, probably Xena is going to go back to her own future.
Yeah, probably.
Because, I mean, this whole time she's been with us, it's just been kind of like her astral projection or whatever you want to call it, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hope it's not too sad. I mean... sad endings get me, but we'll see. I mean, it could be it could be, like you said, maybe she's gonna have like a one-on-one duel or something. It's hard to say. I don't know.
Yeah, but just by the one little glimpse of that little scene, it kind of just looked like she was about to kill him. But that was just me.
Yeah, I mean, it might be when you hear the Japanese version with the voices on it. It's it's dubious. I mean, I don't really know what to think. It just kind of, I mean, that's just good foreshadowing, I guess. It gives us a little hint about what's going to be, but we don't really know.
Yeah.
Uh, yep.
And it looks like we're also getting Origa.
Yeah, so the anniversary raid event was the other video they dropped, and it shows. Is it True Bahamut? Is that what they're calling him, or they call him Ultimate? I forget.
I'm not sure. I know that it looks different from Bahamu, but I'm not sure like what kind of Bahamu that is. Some people thinks it's true Bahamu and then just like so forth.
Yeah, so I don't remember. It's a little unclear because in the latest story chapter, chapter 24, they revealed that the Bahamut that we know is not like his true form, and that his true form is the real origin. So, I guess the raid event is going to tie into that, and it's going to try to explain the real form of the dragon.
Well,
And
in the preview trailer, Xenos said something. I forgot the exact phrase, and then it had origin at the end of it. So
right,
that Bahamu might be origin.
yeah, that's what I think too. I think he's going to be the ultimate. Now, granted, it might not be his name, but I think he's going to end up being the ultimate Bahamut. So, an equal to Xenos. And apparently, we're going to try to slap him in a raid battle. So,
That event song was amazing, though.
yeah, it's really good. I don't listen to a lot of metal music, but the metal guitar on that was excellent. Excellent.
The vocals is what got
Uh,
me.
yeah, the girl that is singing is really talented too. She puts a lot of heart into it, so that's great.
Yeah,
It really gets you hyped up.
yeah. And, it looks like that event is going to be focused around Zephyr again.
Yeah, so my little theory for how it's gonna go, kinda, is that when we face the Origin, which, granted, I don't even know why we're fighting the Origin to begin with. I guess they'll have to explain that. But I think that once we face the Origin and kind of slap him around a little bit, I think his power is going to go into Zethia, and then that's how she's going to get her upgraded form. That's kind of my theory.
I think that they might be fighting Bahamu because, well, the Bahamu in the story tried to erase the world.
Right.
But they stopped that Bahamu from doing that. But this Bahamu might be coming down to do the same thing.
Yeah, I very well could be. I'm curious if the Origin and the Black Bahamut that we know, if they have a similar, I guess, what do you call it? They have a similar agenda, or if it's different. I don't know. They kind of, I think, in the earlier chapters when Zethia and Nedrick were kind of struggling with getting their Bahamut under control. They made mention that there was like another force that was they could feel like pulling them, like trying to take over, and they don't know what it was. And then they're like, "Well, that's the Origin." So I guess based on that, yeah, the Origin probably just wants to blow everything up.
Yeah, because
So
the Origin doesn't want the Plugginateria to return, so.
yeah, yeah, it's obvious that Origin and Xenos hate each other. And they're willing to basically destroy the world to screw over the other person. But It's going to be interesting.
What a healthy relationship.
Right. Yeah, reminds me of some I've had in times past. That's how it goes. But yeah, and then so the Bond Force Uden, I think he's not going to get his upgrade in the story in the event. I don't think he could, but I think his will be in the story chapters versus the raid event. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, because right after Mordecai saved Uden, that's when we saw Forged Uden. So I'm kind of
That's
thinking.
true.
So I'm kind of thinking that it happened somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think his transformation might tie more into what the Auspecs are going to do. So, because all the Auspecs are going to team up and do something. So it might be that's what they do. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that some people thinks that he has a link to Midgard Sumo.
Yeah, he definitely has that green tint to him, and his armor kind of looks like Midgard's Zero's body a little bit. So I can definitely see it, and I like it. It's very fitting. I mean, it's always been weird for like 3 years that Uden has basically transformed into Midgard Sormer, like in the story, but he's a fire character.
Yeah,
So it seems more fitting that a wind version would come out finally.
yeah, but Midgard Sumo versus Face Pack, so
Yeah, yeah. And so that'll be cool. Very cool, very cool. When I first saw Zethia, I thought maybe she would be um, a Lance unit for some reason based on that little blip in the trailer, but then I rewound it and it looked more like a picture of Zaina pointing her staff at Evil Uden. I think that's what that little blip was that I saw.
yeah, that's the part where I said that it looks like she's about to kill him.
Yeah, because he's like on his knees and she's like pointing her staff at him.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, so it's about to get real here.
Right? Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
Bondforged Zephyr, she's either going to be a Wanderer staff by the looks of it, and by her color palette, I feel like she's going to be water.
Yeah, that or light, I guess. Although, I mean, it's hard to say. My theory is light only because of the packs in the shop for anniversary.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Origa, so we mentioned her by name earlier. So she's like the evil aspects that we beat down on the last anniversary raid, and I guess we're gonna save her because we need her. And
I feel like
she's going to join us in the upcoming event. So
yeah, I'm guessing that it has. I feel like Shell's going to make an appearance to somehow pull her out of Satan. I don't know how, but it's going to happen.
if there's one character that is good at Deus Ex Machina, it's Shell.
Yeah. I feel
She will figure out something.
I feel like it's going to be someone like Basilius, Regina, or Shell that saves her.
That's true. That's interesting. It would be kind of sad if Basilius didn't get to show up in the story one last time because Origa is his main squeeze. So
Yeah. Well, assuming that Basilius hasn't been executed yet, but
well, I guess that's a good point. He was put on notice. I don't know. I guess they said they were going to hold off until the threats were passed, but I guess we'll see. I don't know.
yeah.
They maybe it'll be one of those things where like, well, we don't want to pay his voice actor, so
Oh gosh.
I don't know. That's kind of grim, but I don't know. I'm just putting that out there, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't want to give too many spoilers on what besides what was officially revealed, but I have seen the data mine for the version of Origa they're going to give us, and she looks very special. So they're continuing that trend of the very last characters being very powerful, very special.
Yeah. I saw a data mine that Satan was supposed to be a dragon, but I don't know where he's going to come in at.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like he's going to be on the anniversary gala, so I don't know. Based on the description I've read of Origa's character, I don't think she transforms into him during battle,
No,
but
she's in Dragon Drive.
yeah, so unless she's doing some kind of thing like a persona unit where he just kind of appears on the side, uh, it could just be one of those things where the files were put in the game, but they might not get used. I guess we'll see. So
I mean, it could be like a Gala Zephyr ordeal with Bahamut.
yeah,
Or
it could
as
be
you,
that too,
or as you said, kind of like a persona.
right? Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen her in action, so we don't really know. All I've got is the text, so
Yeah.
that doesn't give you the whole picture. But she does do some pretty special stuff regardless, and she looks cool.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get her. I mean, she's been on the title screen for a year.
About a year and a half, I believe.
Yeah, she kind of showed up for like one chapter before we went to the World Tree, and then never seen or heard from again until
Faith Forsaken.
until that. So it's been kind of weird, but apparently they had big plans for her from the beginning. So
Yeah.
and then what we got going on currently is a Gala Dragalia with Nevdrick and Primal Brunhilde, and you were talking about her a little bit, and Rain was telling me basically she's kind of like, when you use her in battle, it's kind of like Fire Bahamut, basically. She's very similar.
Yeah.
So she's very strong. And Nedrick's also very strong. He's basically invincible.
Yeah, due to his soul charge.
Yeah, which is very unique. You know, he basically doesn't take any damage unless he gets smacked hard 3 times in a row.
And then he just dies, and then it goes on to everybody else.
Right. So that's pretty cool.
I heard that
I
he
don't
was.
know if that's like. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I heard that he was pretty broken in Kaleidoscape.
Yeah, I've seen like little clips of him in there. I don't have him yet, so I'm just going by other people's stuff. But
I haven't really had time to use him yet. I haven't even did Primal Brunhilde, but I'm planning on catching up tomorrow.
Right. I mean, there's only so much time in the day. I mean, I'm behind on Kaleidoscape, and I have about 500 billion adventure stories to read, and other stuff that, you know.
This is another reason why I'm hoping we get an offline game version, because there is still so much stuff to do.
Yeah, there's definitely plenty to do that I've been putting off that I could work on. No, even without internet.
I'm just hoping that if enough people suggest it to the feedback section, then maybe it will come true. Because I've heard that some gacha games did an offline game version upon requests, and to me that would be best case scenario with Dragalia.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it would be cool if it just stay online forever. Like, what's that one that Cygames has? I think it's called Knights of Glory. Mm-hmm. I think that one's still online, or is that one offline? I forget. I think it's on.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm okay if we don't get any new content or anything like that. I just want the game to still be accessible.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because I still have so much stuff that I want to do.
Yeah, definitely. And, man, I mean, there's so many little things in the game when you're kind of like rushing because you have to get stuff done because there's a time limit. you kind of don't really like stop to appreciate like the little things, like, like say the story maps and all the cool little things they put in the background and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why when I really have some time to burn, I like to just take it slow. That's why I loved Kaleidoscape, and I really hope when they expand that this coming month that they add some more maps in, because there's some really beautiful maps
And
in the
some new
game.
music, please.
Yeah, yeah, the music they have in there is great, but they can always add more. I mean, there's so many good songs.
Yeah. I would
Yeah, definitely.
I would like for Light of Fire in the Faith Forsaken event. I would like that to be in there. Um I would definitely like this new event song to be in there. Um hmm. Children of Yggdrasil is already in there. I'm not sure, to be honest.
I think Light of Fire is a really good one that I wish was in there. Now that song in the game's files, I don't know if they have like a. I guess it doesn't matter because it doesn't have to be like the full like album version of the song. Like the Kaleidoscape definitely has some alternate versions of songs and loops and stuff.
Yeah, I like
But
the Dawn song.
right, yeah,
They
so
have a
like that
piano
one
version.
just has the it's just like, what is it, the instrumental version in Kaleido?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Light of Fire, like they could easily just like either take the slow beginning part or like the fast rap part at the end and
Yeah.
like just stick them in there. That'd be great.
And
And what's the other one? The other one I think is
co-
I know
uh,
the song from Dawn of Dragalia with Alberius. I don't think that one's in there.
oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, that one's in there. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, is it? It's Because of You. I think
Yeah.
that one's in there already.
Yeah.
I know there was one. Is it the Morsiati song, the Morsiati raid? That one's not in there. We Are the Lights. I don't think that one's in there. It's only like one version of it without lyrics.
No, I haven't heard that one. The one without lyrics is in there. Yes, I remember that, but they haven't did the vocal version.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can always just boot up Morsiati and smack him down to hear the song, and that's a very epic way to listen to it. But you can't really like sit back and do that. You actually play.
Yeah,
You know.
and I'm not sure if it's correct or not. I think it is, but I believe there's two versions of Carnival, the Halloween event song.
The original Halloween song, like from like year one, or like you mean
No,
a different one?
the one with Silas and Lexi.
Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think there's two versions of that one in there.
Okay. Yeah, the that's one of those things where those those event battles are so quick, you don't really get to enjoy the song very much.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing with like the songs from the facility events, especially. It's hard to you have to basically sit and pause the game to enjoy the song. So
Usually I just go on YouTube and listen to him.
right, exactly. And I there's a lot of good songs. I love most of them. I think my two favorites from Dragalia are probably um, Checkmate from the event where Nevin and Pinon were introduced.
Oh yes, I loved that one when I first heard it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really cool because you've got like a male-female duet in the song, and it pairs really well with the two characters.
Yeah, I think the female vocal was actually Pinon. It's a Japanese vocal.
Really? I didn't know that.
I think so. That's what people have said.
Interesting. I think, let's see, I just listened to it today. Let me pull it up, and the girl's name, uh, was Emma, EMA.
Hmm.
So I don't know if she's the voice actress or not, but yeah, people were saying they really like her voice. So
Yeah, let me see if I can find out. Hmm.
and then my other really favorite song is "Unique" by Juan. The song that plays endlessly in the World Tree stages. I love that song.
Yeah.
Never get tired of that one.
Alrighty, let me see if this pulls up who voices Pinon. Hmm. I don't know because it's in Japanese, so I can't read it.
And I'm bad at reading kanji, so I wouldn't probably be able to tell you anyway. So it's all
The
right.
the actor for the English one is Devin Buswood.
Okay, all right. And that's an interesting topic. Is do you play in Japanese, English, or do you swap? Or
I swap vocals like every few months.
yeah,
Yeah, I currently went back to English. Last month I had Japanese vocals on, and I just switch when I feel in the mood. I don't know why I do it, I just do.
yeah. Dragalia Foundry was talking about how he likes to switch. Basically, he'll swap to Japanese when he's going to read the stories because it's voiced, and then he'll swap to English when he's not, so he can like understand what the characters are saying, type thing. You know,
Yeah.
I've stuck with English the whole time, even though I know some Japanese. It's just I don't know. It's just been comfy, like I
Yeah.
guess. Some of the English voice lines are a little questionable, definitely, but
Oh yeah,
um,
I think that you didn't really like Nino's.
yeah, and you know it's sad because um, Nino, story wise, was such a cool and interesting character,
Yeah.
and her English voice sounds kind of like an old lady that smoked every day for 20 years.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think there's nothing wrong with the voice. Like if they put that voice on a different character, it would have been fine. But Nino looks like a teenage girl with a little butterfly dress. You know?
Nah, she's a grandma.
So, yeah, she sounds like a grandma. Yeah, so it's really weird. But the interesting thing is that's actually Cerise's English voice actress.
It is?
Yes, it
How did I not
is.
know this?
Yeah, so she's famous for doing some roles like in some old animes like called Black Lagoon and stuff where she played a character called Remy that had a really deep voice, and I guess so that's where that's from. But
I, I did
yeah, that's actually
I did not know about this.
yeah, and that's what makes me feel bad is that like Cerise's English voice is so cute and bubbly and stuff, and it's like why didn't she just kind of do that?
Yeah.
Maybe she was afraid it would sound the same as Cerise. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, I've noticed that there's actually a lot of repeat voice actors. So,
Yeah,
so I
they
was look
definitely do that. Yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah.
so I was looking around, and Victor, Nedrick, and Foreign, they all have the same voice actor. Um,
Wait,
Vo-
wait, wait, wait. So Nedrick is the same as Victor, really?
and Foreign.
Wow, I didn't know that. I don't have Farin, so I don't know what he sounds like. So
Yeah, and Volk has the same voice actor as the what's his name? The one with The one who's irrelevant to me. That's who. The Shadow Blade with the wolves.
Oh, Durant.
Durant, yes.
Yeah, Volk and Durant are the same voice actor. I think his name is
I think it's Devin Mack.
Devin. Devin, is it Devin Stack or
Devin
is
Mack,
that
I
his name?
believe.
Devin Mack. Yeah, yeah, great voice actor. I mean, he's even done some dubbing for free of like the Worm Prince for Volk and stuff. That
Yeah,
put that up on Twitter.
yeah.
So
And, if I recall correctly, I believe, uh, Linnea and Otoha have the same voice actress, and, I know that there is, I believe, two others, but, uh, hmm.
I think most of the voice actors in Dragalia, especially for English, did more than one character. I think it's more uncommon that it's not. Like Lily just did Lily. I don't think she did anybody else.
Yeah,
But she's like famous for that because Lily's also in Grand Blue Fantasy and like other games. So
Lily. Every time I think of Lily, I always think of, hey, hey, let me help!
yeah, that's kind of like burned into my brain. I think that one line actually made a lot of people dislike Lily. Unfortunately, it got annoying.
Oh, yeah, because every time she joined the room, she's like, hey, hey, let me help!
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. But I mean, if you like click on her when she's walking around the house and stuff, she sounds more. She's still squeaky, but she's a little bit more normal.
Does anybody got steamed buns? Anybody?
Yeah.
I can
It's
halfway do her
I mean,
voice.
she's supposed to be a little girl, so having a squeaky voice isn't too bad. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm really good at this string game. Do you want me to teach you?
So let's see. While we were talking, it was reset in Dragalia, but there's no new news today. So
Oof.
that's fine. We just got.
I mean, we got some pretty good news already.
Yep. We let's see. It's only like 2 more days, and then everything's gonna happen and drop, and it's gonna be great. We're gonna have fun with it. So
Yeah. Gosh, I'm still just hoping for an offline game version. I keep on saying that, but it's really important to me.
well, worst comes to worst, if Cygames and Nintendo can't do anything for us, I know the community is really working hard to archive the entire game right now, and there's even talk of I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but I mean there has been talk of reverse engineering the code to basically make an open source version of the game. Now that might never happen because sometimes that takes years. It's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah.
But definitely, if nothing else, the fans are going to have um, an archive of all the art, all the music, all the stories, and it won't be the same, because when you're in the game, everything's put together, all the music, the stories, the visuals,
Yeah.
But worst comes to worst, it won't be lost to time. You can still sit back and enjoy reading the stuff or look at the pictures or whatever. But
Yeah, but
I'm really proud of them trying to do that.
yeah, I mean, I appreciate and I'm proud of that effort too. But it's just my preference that I really, really, really want an offline game version at EOS because I want the game to still be accessible so I can finish up what I need to do before I'm just like, okay, I'm going to leave now.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
being forced to leave, I don't want to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way, and that's why I was so down before all the good news came out. Is is that feeling of having something that you're used to doing, something that you love,
taken away.
taken away, and you don't really know all the reasons why either, which makes it worse.
Yeah, we still haven't even gotten a reason for it.
And truthfully, we might never get a reason.
That is true. But I've been over here just bugging as many people as possible to flood the feedback center with the suggestion of an offline game version after EOS.
Yep, and it can't hurt, and I would encourage anybody listening to do the same. Log into the game, and there's in the main menu there's a section that says support, and you click on that, and there's an option to either leave feedback or contact support, and either one will work. You can leave a longer message with Nintendo support. I don't know if that's necessarily better, because I mean you can do both. You know?
I did both.
Yep.
And I'm going to continue to bug the community. I
just sent messages through the feedback menu, but you can do both.
I'm about to get to the point to where just every single day at reset, I'm just going to send the same thing to them.
And that's fine. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything, you know. So, I mean, they can take it or leave it. I mean, generally they've been good about reading player feedback, but
so hopefully, if I can bug enough people into it, hopefully they'll give us an offline game version.
And that would be nice. Or even if they were going to do, I mean, maybe this is even more of a pipe dream, but I mean, I would really love a Switch version because I can play with a controller.
Oh yes, that would be great, but I feel like an offline game version is a little bit more likely.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, I guess that would be kind of like rebooting it, because they're not going to launch it on Switch and then say we're not going to do anything with it.
Yeah, so that would be like a Dragalia Lost redive.
Yeah, it would be more like a redive or a reboot, basically, which would be great. I mean, I'm all for that too. The only thing with like a reboot of the game that I wouldn't want is if they ditched all the old characters, because that would feel kind of crummy.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would do that. I don't know a lot about Princess Connect, the original version. I know the main cast is the same. I don't know if all the girls are the same or not.
I personally don't know. I didn't even know that Princess Connect was a thing until Dragalia got the crossover.
Yeah, same. Honestly. A lot of people like it. It's like a 2D side-scroller RPG that Cygames does, and the characters are all girls, so there's that. And then when they attack, they have little anime movies that play. So it's a little flashy, but it's more like an idle battler kind of game, to my understanding. Besides the PvP, I guess they have like but
yeah. And going back to what you said, that Dragalia has been doing good to listening to feedback and stuff, that's another thing that gives me hope, that if enough people suggest it, then...
Yep.
Yeah, I mean...
and I know people are, because I'm reading people's comments on Reddit and Twitter and stuff every day. And
oh yeah, I've been doing the same, and then everybody talks about an offline game version that we should all suggest it, and I'm just like, yes, please do it, or I'm going to bug you too.
Yes, Sky will definitely bug you if you don't do it, so watch out.
just ask Straight Lace. I've already asked him about 30 times.
I believe it. Straight Lace, he's a great guy. I've enjoyed his videos over the years, and I've enjoyed talking with him on Discord. And he quit the game around, I think, when Agito came out.
He quit on January 4th, 2021. He quit right before the Persona.
Yeah, so it's been a while. And he had his reasons, and I've watched his videos explaining and everything. I totally understand.
Yeah, he didn't like the gacha.
Yep, and that's fair. I mean, honestly, the gotcha model of gaming is not the best. It it kind of allows these never-ending games to exist, but at the same time, there's always going to be people that are hurt by that because of bad decision making, and it was their fault. But
It also goes after weakness.
right,
And I'll be
so
honest, I've spent a pretty penny on Dragalia, but I haven't regretted it, and I've actually enjoyed my time doing so.
right. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely spent a good chunk of change too over the 3.5 years, and it's definitely gone down as time has gone on. I've kept track of my purchases. I definitely spent the most on the first year, and then it's kind of gone down since then. But um, pretty consistently, every once in a while, I'll buy something, and
I
just kind of like just because I appreciate the game. It's not really even that I really need the diamantium or anything.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same, but you're talking to someone who It was funny because I weld a spoik of a Yeha and Otoha, and then 2 days later they announced EOS, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I just spent $300 right at EOS.
Oof. Yeah, that was the biggest oof. I really, excuse me, I really felt bad for you that day, and
Yeah, but
that's
the thing is, I know that EOS is going to happen, and I'm about to buy these anniversary packs just because A, I want to support the game, even though they probably have enough money, and B, because I'm trying to stay optimistic and hopeful that we will get an offline game version.
and that's fine to do. And I'm speaking to everybody listening when I say this. It's fine to spend money on games like this as long as it's money you can afford to spend. That's the biggest thing. If you spend money that you shouldn't spend, that's where you probably shouldn't play games like these, because that is the part of the gotcha um, that makes people not want to play gotcha games, basically. But to be fair, Dragalia Lost was
A lot
pretty
more
close
generous.
to, I mean, yeah, very generous, and they never felt exploitative, especially after they took Worm Prince out of the gotcha. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the best thing ever when they did that.
Yeah, but
So,
moral of the story is don't spend your rent in the gotcha.
yep. And I had to learn that lesson one time. That was not pretty, trust me.
Oh
So,
gosh.
but that was with Fire Emblem Heroes, so that was before I even started Dragalia Lost.
Oh.
Yep. I talked about that last time, my experience with Fire Emblem Heroes. Have you ever played that one?
I started it, for about a few days because a friend was playing it. But I don't know, it's been really hard for me to get into any other game at all ever since Dragalia.
Same here, basically.
So
I mean,
I kept Faye on my phone for about roughly a month. I might have played it 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, okay, I just can't get into it.
yep. Yep. I mean, Fire Emblem Heroes is okay. It has, has some cool puzzle solving and whatever, and it's just like any RPG. It's fun to build your units, but it's just not the same. Dragalia just has that extra.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going to be extremely sad if we do not get an offline game version.
Yeah.
We need to
We'll
add
just
an
have to.
We need to
Oh, go
add.
ahead.
Oh, okay. We need to add like a counter of how many times I've said offline game invasion.
Yeah, it's been quite a few. But
you need to.
this shows that
You need to make a counter.
I will.
Bet.
But it just goes to show how much we love our experience with it, right? So I wouldn't be recording this and taking time out of my day to talk to Sky and all of you guys if this wasn't important to me,
Yeah.
So
So Okada, Side Games, Nintendo. If you guys are listening, I'm gonna add to the counter here. Please make an offline game version. Thank you.
all right. So really go into this talk with too much of an agenda other than I just really wanted to talk about the good news and the exciting stuff and then just about the game in general. But is there anything before we go that you want to talk about?
Nothing really in particular, to be honest.
Okay, well that's fair enough. We've talked for almost an hour, I think. So
15 minutes.
Yep. So that's pretty good. I'll just leave you guys with this. We do have a Discord server where we hang out. It's pretty small. It's just tight knit. We're all buddies, and we all chat and play games or whatever, post memes.
Yeah.
It's just for fun. So if you want to come hang out, or if you'd be interested in talking on the podcast or whatever,
there's a link in the
join us.
description.
Yeah, there will be a link in the description for sure.
I beat you to that.
And yep. And I guess that's it. We're gonna keep making episodes, and as the game progresses, and then beyond probably. And so, if you want to keep up to date, you can subscribe. It feels cringe to say that, but
make sure to like and subscribe, guys.
Smash that like and subscribe button, please.
Oh gosh. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sky, so much. It's been a blast. It's been a long time since we got to talking on voice, so that was cool. So.
Yeah.
All right, man. Have yourself a great night, and I will catch you next time.
You as well.